dishonoring the Lord by dishonoring his worship, dishonoring the worship of the temple and the sacrifices that were offered there. So he concludes chapter 1, verse 14, "For I am a great king, says the Lord of hosts, and my name will be feared among the nations." That's the command that he's talking about in chapter 2, verse 1. To recognize that God is a great king, to fear his name, to honor his name. So as we looked at chapter 1, and we began with verse 2, they had forgotten God's love. "I've loved you," says the Lord, "but you say, 'How have you loved us?'" They'd forgotten God's love for them. In verse 11, they'd forgotten God's greatness. He says in chapter 1, verse 11, "For from the rising of the sun to its setting, my name will be great among the nations. And in every place incense will be offered to my name for a pure offering. For my name will be great among the nations, says the Lord of hosts. But you profane it." They've forgotten the greatness. They've forgotten the love of God. They've forgotten the greatness of God. Jenny?
Well, they have forgotten the holiness of God. And everything that you're saying is causing me to ask, how do we apply this in the church today? There's been a swing of the pendulum from you whisper in church, your children don't run, there's decorum, to rock music, performance in the front, children, noise, using the sanctuary for all manner of things. It's like, what honors the Lord the most? And it's a very difficult issue of respecting and honoring God's worship. And I guess if you had 100 people, you could have 110 opinions.
So how do we apply this today? We don't have animal sacrifices. We don't have a temple. We don't have an altar. We don't have priests. So what does this say to us? Well, Jesus says that the worshipers that God desires worship in spirit and in truth. So that has to do with what he's saying here. Take it to heart, he says. Take it to heart. Worship is in our heart. It's what we really desire.